Hey everybody, Sherri here, your host of Operation Successful Transition. I'm super excited to introduce my guest today, Shay Iacoponelli. Did I do it right?
You did it right. Perfect.
Yay, perfect. Shay is a business advisor at the Brazos Valley Small Business Development Center. And they are brokered by, sponsored by,
We
um,
say powered by the SBA.
powered by the SBA. Shay has a long history of experience in business that makes her the ideal person to be a business advisor. She's been a development officer, a president. She's been in development, marketing, training and development, um, retail functions, sales coordinator, education coordinator, all kinds of things, all the aspects that you would need if you were going to be running a small business. And to top that all off, she's an Aggie. So we love her automatically. Hi, Shay. It's so good to have you here today.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate this.
Yeah. So tell us what inspired you to kind of come and do this now instead of doing something corporate?
Well, first, I needed to get back to Aggie Land, which
Okay.
is the best thing ever. And so my husband and I retired here back to Aggie Land. And I was a banker for over 20 years. And I would have people come visit me as a banker and say, listen, I have an idea for a business. And they just weren't ready to go to fund. And I would say, we got to work on your business plan and thought, and, how are you going to do your pro forma? And I would send them to the SBDC. So a lot of banks partner with SBDC. So that's originally how I got to know them. And then when I came here to Aggie Land, I was going to retire, and I did not retire well. I sat at home and I needed to get back and give back. And what better way to do it at the SBDC? So they had a
Yeah.
job opening and it just worked out perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. It seems like it totally is perfect with all the experience that you've got. So that's awesome. So talk to us about some of the kind of programs that you guys offer in your office there. How do you help
Yep.
people who are trying to start a business out?
Well, and we say we're small but mighty. There are three people in this office, so there's two business advisors, and then we have a program manager that takes care of our training. But we are basically here to help businesses start, grow, and succeed. So we call ourselves kind of the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. It's no cost to clients, so we are here as business advisors to really help start your business. So if people come in with just an idea, we go through and we kind of say, okay, what kind of market is there going to be out there for you? Who is your target market? We work on their business plan with them. And then do pro formas. So we do 3 years out of numbers to make sure, that it's going to be viable and they can make it. So we walk them through that process, to look at an LLC or sole proprietor and look at insurance and accountants and lawyers and all the things you have to think of. We go through many checklists to help them get on their journey, and we're not there just at the very beginning. We help them grow. So once they're in business, we have specialists, so HR and IT. We have a QuickBooks specialist and marketing. So if you're kind of finding that your business is at a plateau, and what am I going to do now? You can come to us, and we certainly um, can help you look at your business and how we can maybe, sometimes it's tightening up one part of the business and loosening up the other in order to get it going again. But we're there. And many times people are looking for brick and mortar that they might have worked out of their house or had a small business and really want to do a storefront. And we can help them with funding for that and a plan for that growth. So it's really kind of that whole journey of an entrepreneur. We're here to help them, and we don't just meet with you once. We're there over and over again. So I meet with clients once a week. So it's a little
Yeah.
bit of a counselor.
Yeah. So you're not just very startup, but you can help somebody who's kind of gotten into it with a great idea
Mhm.
and started making money, and now it's all just kind of chaos, right? You can
Yep,
help them
yep,
kind of iron out the wrinkles and
yep.
organize mentally and financially and all that kind of business too. Because like in real estate school, they barely teach you how to be a realtor, but you're a realtor and they don't teach you how to run a business. Same with
Yep.
chefs, people who run restaurants, right? They know how to cook food, but they don't know how to run a restaurant and manage the business. So end of things. So something like this would be valuable in that case as well.
Well, I just spoke at a hair salon or a hair school, and they were all graduating, and they knew exactly what the process was to go out and do hair,
Right.
but they didn't know how to be business people in that, and so it was kind of like a crash course of what do I do when I get out. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So this podcast kind of is catering to veterans and the needs that veterans have. What, uh, if any, kind of special programs do you guys have for veterans there?
Well, what's going to happen is if they do an intake form, they'll put on there whether they're a veteran or not. Veterans are usually sent to me, so I'm the specialist in helping them. Um, I know just from experience that, that transition, coming out of service and going into being an entrepreneur, there's a lot of just nerves and can I do it? And, so it's for us when we work with veterans, it's just kind of saying, listen, it's just like, the Army or Navy or whatever it is, it's a process that you're going to go through. So we help them through that. We work with the SBA closely too on certification programs. So there's vet certified, and those kind of certifications can help you then sell into the government, sell into local businesses here, state and schools and cities and municipalities. So we help them do that too. We also do a program called Boots on the Ground here through SBA, and it's Boots to
Mhm.
Business, and it's a training program. SBA comes in from Houston and does training, and it's a 1 day course that veterans can take. So if they don't come directly into the SBDC, we have those classes throughout the year that are just directed towards them. And we help them with funding. I know a lot of times that, especially coming out of service, they're not exactly sure, what do I do? They may have had an account at USAA their whole life, and how am I going to go out and get into commercial banking? So we help them through that journey too.
Yeah. Yeah. Commercial is a whole different animal, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
And I guess you would be able to help them with sort of what reasonable budgets are and like
Oh,
fitting that into their profits, and projections and all that
oh,
kind of thing.
absolutely. So, I think whether you're a vet, whether you're a new entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Numbers are just usually hard to follow. And, you go into that business plan and your thought process is how do I start? And, how do I do whatever I'm going to do? Need to be like HVAC or, electrician, plumber. And usually the numbers are the last thing that you think of, last thing you want to deal with.
Right, right.
So part of our job is to really educate you to make sure that it's not a scary function. That we try to train them, especially on the vet side, that you've got to pay it for so many years, especially when they were in service. They didn't necessarily pay attention to bank accounts every day, so like this is going to be something we're going to have kind of a journal, and we're going to look at, funding every day and, what's coming in and what's going out. So we help them with that and really kind of get over the fear of all that.
Yeah, it's having been an entrepreneur for some time now, your income's not necessarily, guaranteed and
Mhm.
usual and regular, right? It's not the same
Mm-mm.
every month. So budgeting can be a challenge, if you're, market dependent and you have your ups and downs, right? You
Well,
have
absolutely.
some people have seasonal jobs, like the outdoor people a lot. And we have a longer outdoor season than they do in other locations in the country, but there's all kinds of different things to consider when you're self-employed. Your income's not just like having a salary and the same all the time. And the other thing to think about is self-employment tax is
Hmm.
high. So you have to learn
Yeah.
how to deal with that. A
Well,
lot of
and we have to remind everybody to and really, you should have a good bookkeeper also, those are part of your tribe that's going to be helpful. But keeping all that aside so that at the end of the year you're not panicking and, trying to pull all that money aside and pay the government. So yeah, we're there to help you through that process.
Yeah, it's good to start a habit of taking like a third for taxes, a third to put back in the business, a third to live off of, some kind of formula like that. I've heard different
Hmm.
percentages and things like that, but just to get in the good habit from the start.
Well, absolutely. And you had really hit on something. which was, a business is very cyclical no matter what business you're in, and really looking at different streams of revenue. And there's many times that I have to sit with clients and go, okay, you know, we're going to have a dead period for so long. What can we do with the equipment that you have or the employees that you have? What can we do to generate revenue in order to kind of make up for that loss during that time period? And so we do a lot of brainstorming with our clients on how they can do that.
Yeah, that's nice to have a little, it's a small mastermind, but it's a
Yeah.
mastermind. I learned in business school at Texas A&M many years ago that any problem that you have is better to have several heads looking at the same problem than just one person, because it's easy to get down in the weeds and, you can't see the forest for the trees sometimes, right?
Well, and the good thing with SBDC is we're all over the country. So they're business advisors just like myself in every state. So we all communicate with each other. And so a lot of times, we'll put out a SOS, you know, here's the kind of company I have. I'm looking to do, new revenue streams. Have you dealt with a company like this and what have you done? So that makes our mastermind go from just the Brazos Valley, all over,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
makes it
really
a lot bigger.
nice.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
that's important for vets too to know is, if especially if they're doing something as a side gig, and they have to move, that we are in every state in the United States. And so Texas, of course, we are as big as we are. We have 4 regions in our state. A lot of states just have, it's just one large region in their state. But for us, it's wonderful because we have so many resources here in the state. California is probably the second biggest behind us.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're about to surpass them in population.
Yeah,
We're growing so much, and a lot of our new population is coming from California.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, what have we not covered yet? What are the things? It's been so long since
Well,
I started out, that
Well, there's a couple of things I wanted everybody to know. They might know about SBDC, but we also have something called the Apex Accelerator. And we have an office in Houston for that. And they're just like the SBDC, but on the government side. So if you want to sell into the government, and again, if you're a vet, you're vet certified, I mean, that gives you kind of priority on a lot of those government contracts. But the Apex Accelerator, again, is of no charge to their clients. And so, we want to make sure if those vets do want to sell into the government and get government contracts, that we can get them to the right people and have them have not only a home base here at SPDC, but also at Apex also.
yeah, yeah. I think your experience and your sacrifice affords you opportunities, right? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And these are,
Absolutely. And we got a new certificate system. I think it went into effect about a month ago. So now I'm going to say streamline, government streamline. It's
you're
not,
ditching in
if it,
terms, right?
yeah, well, so it is streamlined. It still takes a while and there still is a lot of paperwork, but we're here to help them do that. So if they do want to be vet certified or disabled vet certified, we certainly can walk you through the process and help you. So and that again, uh, I know if you've ever gone into a rabbit hole, that's exactly sometimes what those certifications are. It's just a lot of paperwork. We're here to just kind of have the checklist and make sure you're getting everything you need. Do it in a timely manner, and then making sure it's all sent in correctly, and kind of following up too with SBA if we don't hear back from them in a timely manner.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice to have help with things like that. I've had different veterans say to me, on filing different kinds of claims, they say it's as if they want us to quit. They want us to give up without, just because it's such a strenuous process. There's so many steps and so much paperwork and so much
hmm
you have to stay on the schedule and keep on. You can't just cross it off your list once and it's done, right?
Well, whether it's a vet certification, you go in for a loan, it doesn't, there's always a mountain of paperwork that has to be done for any of those. And so, when I started this job here, and it was great to be a counselor, a lot of that is I'm kind of like the concierge keeping it all together and making sure, the packages have everything they need. So it's a little bit of secretary, concierge, counselor, the whole business here.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky that we have people like you to help, keep everything
Well,
up.
and there's I will tell you this, we're very blessed to be busy, but we always want new clients. And, a lot of folks have a lot of ideas in their head of what they would like to do to be a business. And I know especially when they're transitioning out of service, it's one of those your whole life has changed and you're kind of going with a new lifestyle and the new everything. And they have a lot of ideas. And I just want them to know that we have an open door policy here and, would love to help them. Even if they have three ideas and they don't know which one they want to do, we certainly can help them do that.
Right. You can run the numbers and suss
Yep.
out maybe what the best option is for
Yep.
the market that we have here or wherever they're going to be and what their stage of life is. If they have a, family that they need to have attention with, or if they're a single person and they can just do whatever.
And, even if let's say they're shy, they don't want to get on and try to get an appointment. Our SBDC website has, I think it's over 200 free webinars on there,
Um,
all made for entrepreneurs on how to start a business, how to market, how to do accounting. So that is all free, and they don't have to sign up for any of that other than to just sign in to the website and get into the webinar. So again, at no cost. And we do quite a bit of in-town training here in person at no cost, but those are 24 hours a day. So if you can't sleep at night, you
so,
want to learn about accounting.
so is there a fee for your help, period, for your counseling?
No,
Everything is free, right?
every
That's a point we need to make.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of joke, because we're the last free thing here in America. But there's really that the only thing that comes is when we're done. I think a survey comes out, and that's the only thing we ask you to do is please fill out the survey.
Yeah.
But no, and the people that sit in the job that I have, we're here with servant hearts, and we want to be able to give all of our knowledge that we've had over the very long life that we've had. Um, and we want to help those people. And, this is the kind of stuff that, uh, whether SPDC was here or not, I think all of us here would do it anyway for free.
Yeah. Right. Once you've done it, then you have to give back, right? It's
Oh, absolutely.
just something people do with mentoring, and that's essentially what you are, is a mentor, right? That's what you are
Yeah.
for a living. I've mentor with the Entrepreneur Boot Camp for Veterans, which is
Mm,
also entrepreneurial things, and that's a great program for veterans to go through. It's they learn different things every day. I need to learn more about what they do during the day. I mentor at night, but so I don't
uh-huh.
programs, but I need
Well,
to.
we teach over there during the program.
Yeah.
And I will tell you the next one is in January. So if we have any veterans listening that really would like to be part of that, I think I can't guarantee this, but I think they're kind of going on, if they try to get in now, I think it's for the next cohort.
Which
But
is July
yeah.
or August. Yeah.
Hmm.
They do two a year every year. So if you
Yep.
don't get in this time, just try for the next time. Yeah, to keep applying if you can't get in. But
uh,
another thing that's
It's
coming
great.
up that you're going to be participating in, I'm going to be, I'm working with the Brazos Valley VSO, Brazos County
Hmm.
VSO
Yep.
office, and we are setting up a Veterans Resource Fair and Claims Clinic. So we're going to have all the VSOs from the counties around us, and they'll have private booths that people can go and file claims while they're there. And then we'll have 60 to 80 vendors, which you'll be one of those. And so people can come and talk to you directly. And if they have some questions, of course, it'll be best to make an appointment and come see you at the office, but they can at least get the face and the name together and stop by and say hello.
Absolutely. We cannot wait to do that.
Yeah,
So
that's going to
February is
be
going to be right around the corner too.
right, right. It's February 17th, and we'll be making more announcements as time goes. But I am super stoked about this. Some veteran friends of mine did this in Biloxi, Mississippi, and they thought that just a claims clinic, not even the resource fair. They thought they'd have 30 or 40 people, and there were hundreds of people, just people lined up down the street. So I'm looking forward to just a really fun day. We're going to have all those booths there with all the veterans, for veterans, vendors there. And then we're going to be doing a blood drive out in the parking lot. So we need 30 people to commit to getting poked.
Yes.
So I just donated, so I'll be able to again. So hopefully I'll get some time. I'll be able to go donate a bag of blood while I'm there. But Anyway, I appreciate you coming today. That's really exciting to
Well,
face.
I
It's been
just
a
thank you
while.
so much. I want to say thank you to all our veterans that are listening. Thank you so much for your service. We are here for you. And I hope everybody will come out in February and come see us. I think that's going to be just such a great event for us. And then I will hopefully come back on when we have the Boots to Business
Yeah.
training. And so that way we can kind of advertise that, but we'll hope to have that in 2025.
Yeah. Excellent. I would love to have you back anytime. And if something special comes up or some event or program or something like that, yeah, always just give me a call and we'll get you on.
Well,
Yeah,
I so appreciate this. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you taking time to come see us today.
Thank you. Have a good day.